Politics in Bihar is turning over a new leaf. While the regular violence, showmanship, and corruption is all there, the educated appear to be taking more of an interest in the elections 2020. While some have a lineage to back them up, people like Manish Barriarr have no political background at all. All he has is a frustration about the system that he finds dysfunctional. After completing his MBA from the Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, New Delhi, Manish went on to complete his PG on organizational leadership from University of Oxford. But he came back to teach at a private institute in Patna. The teacher has now turned into a social servant and is making his journey towards being a politician with his own political outfit, Voxes.
Talking about the issues in Indian politics in general, education has become an issue after 70 years of democracy, which is a sad thing. Absolutely. But it has become an issue now. We think of education as an issue, and NEP has been in focus since it came out. The government has been promoting it. Some people have been saying that, even if it's a good document, we don't know how the implementation will be because the policies always end up being distorted or not being implemented at all. What are your views on the NEP?
So because I've read the entire NEP, few of the things are good, and I have to admit that that's good. But I am against, English being started from standard 5 and 6. I think that is what I understand. English is to be taught in government schools and even in private schools. Now, it might turn out to be very controversial, but then I'm a very big votary of people learning English right from nursery, because see, the same set of politicians, they are going to send their children to do in school, to abroad, and these guys are not going to learn English. And once they join corporate world or they go for jobs, their interviews, their exams, CAT, SSC, everywhere they are being asked English. Either they have to put all exams in local language, or please do not deny poor set of people and middle class people a language which is empowering people. If I am sitting in front of you, I have to admit, it's because I actually went to a Bihar board school, but because of my family background, my father is a lawyer. He insisted that apart from Hindi, you need to learn English because tomorrow you are going to appear for exams and you would require it. I think if schools do not really teach English at lower level, and this is a huge difference. I might be trolled for this, right? I feel that they should be taught English, maybe 3 languages. Why only 2 languages? One. Second, I'm also a very big votary of people learning more languages. Europeans, they learn 6, 7 languages. Most of them know 3, 4 languages. Also, for national integration, I feel that especially North Indians, they need to learn a lot of South Indian languages. They need to, for example, I've spent a lot of time in Bengal. I've tried to pick up the language, right? Because it's only when you learn language is when you understand the nuances of people. You don't misunderstand people. So it's very important. So that is one. Second, implementation is a very, very, very big issue. And I don't think that government has been able to implement things. Education is very dear to me. Primary schools are all in shambles. Middle schools are in shambles. Your colleges are in shambles. It's not that government can't do a good job. Look at all top elite institutions in our country. The higher education ones are government institutions. It's a lack of intent and lack of will that these schools are not working, isn't it? Otherwise, they should have worked. So it's such a sad thing that for higher education, the top best of the colleges in India, IIMs and IFT and IITs and medical colleges, these are government colleges. But when it comes to primary education, these are private schools which are there. What a kind of dichotomy out there. So government needs to work a lot on those things. So issues are there, and I'm promising you, I'll work. Bihar women, only 55% of women are educated, and I'm talking on every forum, and I'm saying, if a mother is educated, child can never be uneducated. And if you want to really come out of this rut and cycle, you need to ensure that women are educated 100%. And post-election, my campaign is going to be first to ensure that Bihar should be 100% educated. In fact, Malaysia put 25% of the GDP at one time on education. Bihar doesn't put more than 6 to 7% on GDP. And where does the money go? I don't even know. Right? Even in Patna, there is not even one single government school which is functioning. Not one. Very sad state of affairs.
Right. Said that for national integration you want students in North India to learn South Indian languages. Where will you get the teachers? You don't have
Yeah,
Tamil
see,
teachers in Bihar.
yeah, I have some idea about it. If you look at central schools, people from all parts of the country, they join central schools and they are posted all over the country. I know so many Biharis in central school who are in Arunachal Pradesh.
Hmm.
I know so many of them. I know so many of them in Bengal. I know a lot of people in Gujarat, right? And there is a joke that wherever there is a job, Biharis are there. That's true for Keralites also. That's true for Bengalis and Uriyas. That's true for Indians. It's a local joke here for Biharis, but there is so much of love for teaching as well as unemployment that in Hindi people say, "Jahan na jaye Ravi, wahan jaye Kavi," means wherever sun doesn't go, the poet goes. I would say that Indians, wherever sun will not go for a job, Indians will go. I don't think that should be a problem. So teachers, see here, there are a lot of Keralites who are teachers, they are nurses, they are doctors, all over the world. They're there. Give them good job, give them good facilities and salaries. Why will they not come? They would be very happy. Indians are in China, they are teaching Hindi and other languages. Indians are in Nepal, all over the world. Why will they not travel the whole country if they give you, if you're going to give them good facilities? But it would also solve a lot of misunderstanding and a lot of current problems of national integration. You just cannot impose any language on others, and you cannot take a high-handed view on any particular language. It's best that those languages become a part of national integration and we talk in that language rather than English, isn't it?
Right.
It would have been wonderful. I've been able to talk in Bangla with you. Why we need in English? So government should push for more languages, and I'm not in favor of only one local language in Hindi. I feel more languages, more integration is required that way. And even Urdu, any languages you take up, you give them 4 or 5 languages and learn.
You spoke about implementation and the implementation being the problem. How do people hold lawmakers responsible for implementation? Because you are a citizen of India. I'm asking you this as a citizen, being a citizen of India, someone who came into politics because he was frustrated with the situation. How do you hold lawmakers responsible?
See, I think one of the best ways to hold lawmakers responsible is to defeat them, is to embarrass them, right? They're not embarrassed enough. They're not getting defeat. And until and unless a good set of people will join and embarrass them whole year, and they should have the guts. Right now, it's such a cozy situation. The opposition, as well as the ruling class, they are comfortable with each other. They know that they're going to rule for 10 years. And even if they win and they are the chief minister and prime minister, the rest of them are pretty lazy. They're not working enough. They're not working hard enough, and they're not raising issues. That is one part of it. In case someday I would be in a position, I think, let me put it on record, that I'm going to invest at least 20 to 25% of GDP on primary education, because that's a must. If your entire, look at Kerala, what has happened, right? The entire revolution has happened because Kerala is, and we've been hearing it from ages, that Kerala is 95%, 96%. When I was a kid, at that time, 92, 93%. Ernakulam, I remember, first district to 100%. So Kerala is a very good model, and there are other states who have caught up, but Bihar has not been able to caught up. But if I talk on pan-India level, 100% literacy is something which is important, and our prime minister should work on that. Someday he should speak on 100% literacy. That should be. He's very powerful, so he should. He's very fond of a lot of stuff and campaign. If somehow it catches his attention, I would request him to really talk about 100% Sakshar Desh. It should be literate. We are ashamed of the fact that you are not putting enough on education, isn't it? You're putting in so many other things, but you should put on education, and same is true with Bihar. So my first job would be on putting a lot of money on education, ensuring that there is a good public and private partnership, and people are also fond of, this is new India, new Bihar. People are coming out as volunteers, and I'm sure they'll be able to teach, but they need to be given encouragement. That's very important. I'm sorry, I'm taking time.
Sure.
Technology.
Sure.
I think technology is a very big enabler. And government has to put some kind of a free education campaign through mobile phones, maybe give mobile phones free to them, give them connections for 1 year, give them some incentive to learn, and then put a system where you say, okay, if your phone and learning is not happening this to this, we're going to take back your phone. We're going to cut your internet connection. So a good carrot and stick policy will work towards education. You have to do that. Unless you do that, it's not happening.
Do feel free to like, share and subscribe. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram.